What's up, everybody? So back with the new video. Today will hopefully be an install video. I did start working on it the other day on the K24 EG, and the clutch disc that came with the clutch kit ended up being the wrong clutch disc, and I had to go back and forth and contact customer service to prove to them that they sent me the wrong clutch disc with the clutch kit, even though the part number matched the clutch that's supposed to come for the K20 K24. It did not fit, so I had to prove that to them, and by the time I got a new one, that took another week. But in the meantime, I did the S2000 clutch slave cylinder, or I mean the clutch master. I did a couple other things, and the clutch disc did arrive today. So I will show you guys everything about the clutch disc, and then how to install that transmission back on. All right, so here's the mess that I made. I guess it's not too bad of a mess, but just to tell you guys real quick. So here is the clutch kit that I bought, or that the customer bought. This is a XTD clutch kit. I never had issues with them, and they do come with a lightweight flywheel, as you can see right there. Lightweight flywheel. Make sure you use the correct size flywheel bolts. So that's the stage 5 ceramic clutch kit that they make. This is the same clutch kit that's in my K24 turbo. They are rated for 500 horsepower. My car makes 400 on 13 psi. Sometimes it peaks to like 15 psi, so I'm sure it makes around like 440, and I haven't had issues with it, so we'll see. But yeah, that's the disc, and that's the pressure plate. And it comes with a new bearing, as every clutch should, and a clutch alignment tool. So I got the pressure plate on right there, and went to put the clutch in, and look at that. The clutch alignment tool that came with the clutch kit doesn't fit on the clutch disc. So I thought, hey, the clutch alignment tool is wrong, hopefully. So I went and I found my clutch alignment tool that I used for my hatch. That didn't fit neither. So I'm like, what the heck, And if you run into this situation ever, always take your transmission and put the clutch disc right on your transmission, just like that. See? And if it doesn't fit on your transmission shaft, it's not gonna fit either way. So no matter what you try to do, if it doesn't fit on here, it is the wrong clutch. No way around it. So I took videos, pictures, sent it to them, and here's the new clutch disc that they sent. There it is. And I haven't tried it yet. So I'll be trying it for the first time right now. But right away, just comparing them, look at that. Same part number. Yep, 48661. Same part number, but look at this, where the splines are. Here it goes this way. The male is on the flat part, and here it's on this side. So that's already different. And then the biggest difference that I didn't mention yet, the splines, there's only 23 on here, and the K series uses 24. So no way that was gonna fit. So this one should be 24. Let's hope it's 24. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Yeah, okay, it fits. See? That's the clutch alignment tool. That will fit through here. and you will have your clutch like this. You will fit this through here. Make sure you put the clutch disc on the correct way, which I might not be doing right now, but like that. And that tool stays in there while you tighten up these pressure plate bolts. You know, tighten them down on the X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tighten them down to torque spec. Use some thread lock. The bottle is red, but it's the blue stuff. And then you pull this out. That way, you know that this is centered. When you go to put your transmission on, that's gonna be centered and it will slide on. All right, this is the part where the bearing goes on. This is the throwout bearing. Also, there was a little copper ring that came with the kit, and that ring goes in the hole before you put the flywheel on. I seen people not use it. This car didn't have one, but I always put it on because this piece sits in that ring and it just centers that shaft a lot better. I only put a little bit of grease right there. I only put a little bit, and I put some on the splines just so it slides in a lot easier for me. But you don't want to put too much on there. I put some grease right here too, where this pivot is. And some people get, you know, confused with putting this on. So there's this clip here, slides in here, and it holds onto these sides here. And this is where the pivot ball sits. As you can see, who did the clutch last time, they had it installed wrong. So this clip, as you can see the wear mark, they had it sitting right here. So this was probably fallen off of that. And I put that correct. And now basically what you want to do, I'm trying to do this with one hand, but this is where your slave cylinder presses, and that will press your fork and move it in and out the shaft right here, causing your pressure plate to be pressed and released. So basically you put this piece on right here like that. Doesn't always sit perfectly like that when you're trying to put this on, but then this slides through here, and this is like the tricky part because you got to get the ball in there and you got to get this lined up. So you want to sort of slide it off like this so you could go straight, and once you're straight like that, see everything is on, and you could check from here to see where the ball sits. You can use a light just to double check your work, and there it is, that click, and the bearing is on. So you could test it. That's all it does right there. When you press your clutch pedal, the slave cylinder presses that, and just make sure nothing falls off. Pull on the whole fork to make sure that it's on, and it won't come off and you don't have to take the transmission back off again. But that's on. That is on. And transmission is ready to get put back on. I usually don't use a jack or anything. I just slide it under the car, and I'll stand on top, like above, not on top, and I'll pick it up and I just try to shove it on there. All right, guys, so transmission is on. There it is. Once you get the transmission up and you get the shaft through the pressure plate. Basically, hold it here with your right hand, over here with your left hand, and try to make sure that it's in neutral. That way the shaft might spin easier. But as you're pushing the transmission up, you feel that shaft go through. A trick I use is I will tilt the transmission left, right, and I will push. So as you're turning that shaft left, right, and you're pushing, you'll most likely get it, and you'll feel it click in. Once you feel it, there's still going to be a gap. You're not going to slide the transmission all the way on, unless you take those alignment things off, the alignment sleeves, but I don't recommend taking those off. And then basically what you want to do is, what I do is I'll put one bolt over there, one bolt over there, and I will start slowly hand tightening the bolts. You can use a tool like this, but you know, just be really light on it and then still crank it over by hand. That way you can make sure that you're not over tightening anything. But you know, doing it with an impact or something like that, or doing even with this on full blast, you can easily break something. So as you can see here, no gap. You want to make sure you have no gap over here, and of course no gaps on the top. So just, you know, hand tighten all the bolts this way, that way, that way, that way. And then I recommend putting the starter on, so you make sure that the starter is not hitting the flywheel. So get all those bolts on. Then don't forget your engine mount bolt on the back, and you will be good to go. Got yourself a new clutch. Put your axles back in. Hopefully you don't run into this issue. And tilt the engine back up, and you're ready to go. So once you do have your axles in, make sure both sides are in the transmission. I take out the speed sensor, which is sitting right over there, and put in your fluid. So I'm using AMSOIL, synchro mesh, expensive stuff. It's about 1.7 quarts, almost 2. There is a plug on the bottom you could take off right there. That's your drain. But once you have your engine straight and you start adding oil and it starts coming out of that axle hole right there, you're basically full. But I always put the axles in, and I just put about 2 quarts in right here. Don't forget to put your shift linkages back on. Turn the car on while it's in the air. Have your wheels on and just start shifting it through gears, making sure it's doing everything it should be. Make sure it's not, you know, catching gears like the bad clutch was. The wheels will spin a little bit, but you shouldn't be hitting, you know, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour.